Scientists recently discovered something astonishing about dogs. While you're sound asleep, your dog might be wide awake, silently patrolling the house, staring at your face for hours, or even shedding quiet tears in the dark. These aren't random behaviors. Experts say they're powerful signs of love, protection, and sometimes emotional distress. Let's find out what scientists recently uncovered. First up, the Midnight Security Patrol. Watch this carefully. Before your dog settles down, they're doing something amazing. They check every single door and window. Why? Because they've appointed themselves as your personal bodyguard. This isn't just cute behavior, it's pure instinct. Your dog literally won't rest until they know you're safe. Before they can truly relax, they need to make sure everyone is protected and there's no immediate danger lurking around. This behavior isn't a sign of being overprotective. It's an instinctive action driven by their need to maintain security for their family. Once they've confirmed everything is secure, they're free to rest, knowing their loved ones are safe. But here's what will shock you. While they're doing their security rounds, they're simultaneously performing another behavior that most owners completely miss. And when you discover what it is, you'll never look at your sleeping dog the same way again. The emotional check-in stare. Ever wake up to find your dog just staring at you? They're not being creepy. They're doing something incredible. They're reading your emotional state while you sleep. Dogs can detect changes in your breathing, heart rate, and even your scent that indicates stress or illness. This silent stare, it's their way of saying, "Are you okay, human?" Pure love in action. There's a moment, probably in the still of the night, when you wake up to find your dog quietly observing you. After a few moments of silent observation, they'll go back to their usual spot, but it's clear that they're checking on you both physically and emotionally. This is the silent bond of trust that exists between you and your dog. They're reading your body language, your breathing, and the emotions you might be experiencing during sleep. Wait until you hear about the next behavior, because while they're staring at you, they're actually collecting data through a sense that's 40 times stronger than yours. What they discover about you through this process will leave you speechless. The scent bonding ritual. Here's where it gets really interesting. If your dog sniffs your hair, neck, or face while you sleep, congratulations! You're experiencing one of the most intimate bonding behaviors in the animal kingdom. They're not just smelling you, they're downloading your emotional signature. Your unique scent is like a comfort blanket to them. It's their way of saying, "You're my person, and I'm memorizing everything about you." Dogs rely on scent to understand their world, and by inhaling your scent while you sleep, they're strengthening the connection between you two. Your scent is calming and comforting to them. In some cases, it's their way of reassuring themselves that you're there and that everything is okay. This behavior isn't about curiosity. It's an act of love, reassurance, and emotional bonding that happens while you're completely unaware. But not all nighttime sounds from your dog are about love and bonding. The next behavior might sound alarming at first, but when you learn the real reason behind it, you'll understand your dog on a completely different level. The stress release, vocalization. But not all nighttime behaviors are sweet. Those soft whines or growls when you move. Your dog isn't annoyed with you. They're actually releasing built-up stress from their day. Just like humans talk in their sleep, dogs vocalize their emotions. Think of it as their therapy session. And they trust you enough to be vulnerable around you. When they whine or growl, they might be releasing tension or discomfort they've been holding on to throughout the day. These sounds aren't a reaction to a specific disturbance in the environment, but more an internal reaction to the buildup of daily stresses. Your dog, like you, experiences stress and needs a way to release it. If they're doing this while you sleep, it's often a signal that they need a bit of emotional reassurance from their trusted human companion. Speaking of emotional needs, have you ever wondered why your dog seems to have the worst case of restless leg syndrome? The constant moving and repositioning isn't what you think it is. The real reason will make you realize just how strategic your dog actually is. The comfort position testing. Ever notice your dog can't seem to get comfortable? They keep moving, repositioning, rearranging their bed. Here's what's really happening. They're not just seeking physical comfort. They're testing different positions to find the perfect spot where they can protect you and feel safe themselves. It's like they're asking, from this angle, can I see all the exits? Can I hear everything? Can I protect my human? This behavior can be linked to a feeling of insecurity or a need for a more comfortable, safe space. Dogs who feel uncertain or unprotected may be trying to find the most secure place to sleep. It's their way of checking their environment for safety before settling in. This could also indicate that they're not feeling as relaxed as they could be, so they move to adjust and ensure their safety and comfort throughout the night. Now, if you think that restless behavior is interesting, wait until you hear about what happens at 3 to 4 a.m. There's a specific behavior that drives most dog owners crazy, but once you understand the scientific reason behind it, you'll actually feel sorry for your dog. The morning anxiety scratch. This will happen around 3 to 4 a.m. and it might be, keeping you awake. That scratching at walls or furniture? Your dog isn't being destructive. They're experiencing what experts call transition anxiety. The stress of moving from sleep mode to alert mode. It's like they're saying, I need to be awake to protect you, but I'm not quite ready yet. This behavior is often a sign of anxiety or frustration that builds up during the early morning hours. Dogs tend to scratch or paw at things when they're feeling uneasy or restless. If they're in a space where they don't feel entirely secure, or if they're dealing with some form of emotional unrest, they might express it through this behavior. Additionally, some dogs do this as a way of testing boundaries or looking for your attention. It can also indicate a need for more mental stimulation or a desire to engage in some activity. But here's where it gets incredibly heartwarming. The next behavior is so medically advanced that it could literally save your life. And your dog does it instinctively every single night, without any training. The healing licks. This one will melt your heart. When your dog licks your hands or face while you sleep, they're not trying to wake you up. They're actually performing a health check. Dogs can detect illness, infection, and even emotional distress through taste and scent. Those gentle licks? They're saying, let me take care of you the same way you take care of me. This isn't their way of disturbing your sleep. It's a gentle and affectionate gesture. Licking is often a sign of comfort and affection in dogs. It can also be a way for them to show their care for you or even monitor your health status. Dogs are intuitive creatures, and if they sense something is off, whether it's your mood or something physical, they might respond by licking. It's their way of checking in on you emotionally and physically, offering comfort and expressing their concern in the most loving way possible. Now prepare yourself for the ultimate compliment from your dog. The next behavior might seem rude or dismissive, but it's actually the highest honor your dog can give you. And most owners completely misunderstand what it means. The trust position. This seems rude, but it's actually the ultimate compliment. When your dog sleeps with their back to you, they're not ignoring you. In the wild, animals never turn their back on a threat. By facing away from you, your dog is saying, I trust you so completely that I can let my guard down. You've got my back, so I don't need to watch you. It's the highest form of trust in the animal kingdom. It might seem strange when your dog turns their back on you as they sleep, but this is actually a sign of deep trust and comfort. When a dog faces away from you, they're communicating that they trust you enough to turn their back, and they're comfortable enough to rest with their guard completely down. Your dog doesn't see you as a threat. Instead, they're comfortable enough to relax and sleep, knowing you'll keep them safe and protected. But have you ever watched your dog's legs start moving while they sleep? What you're about to discover about their dream world will completely change how you see those adorable twitches. Why dogs twitch in their sleep. Those twitches in their sleep reveal that your dog is living out epic adventures in dreamland. They might be chasing squirrels through endless fields, protecting you from imaginary threats, or reliving their favorite memories of playing fetch with you. During REM sleep, dogs experience dreams just like humans do, and those physical movements are their body's responses to whatever's happening in their dream world. Your sleeping dog might be running, barking, or even wagging their tail as they experience these vivid dream scenarios. Scientists believe dogs dream about familiar activities and experiences from their daily lives, which means you probably feature prominently in many of their dreams. These sleep movements are completely normal and show that your dog has a rich inner life full of exciting adventures, even when they're unconscious. It's like watching a preview of their secret fantasy world, where they're always the hero of their own story. Speaking of secret behaviors, did you know your dog is monitoring something about you all night long that you never even notice? The next behavior is so subtle yet so brilliant that it'll make you realize your dog is basically a living, breathing smart home system. The temperature regulation service. Your dog is secretly acting as your personal climate control system, and you probably never noticed. Dogs have an incredible ability to sense your body temperature fluctuations during sleep and will adjust their position accordingly. If you're too cold, they'll move closer to share body heat. If you're running warm, they'll position themselves to create air circulation or move to a cooler spot to avoid overheating you. This isn't random movement. It's calculated temperature management. Your dog's internal thermostat is constantly monitoring your comfort level. They can detect when you're entering deep sleep phases where your body temperature naturally drops, and they'll often shift closer during these times. This behavior stems from their pack mentality, where maintaining optimal body temperature for the group meant survival. Your dog is literally ensuring you have the perfect sleeping temperature all night long without you ever realizing it. But the next behavior is so incredible that it sounds like science fiction. Your dog can actually detect when something is happening in your mind while you sleep, and they'll take action to help you. This next one will give you chills. The nightmare detection and interruption. This behavior is so incredible that most veterinarians are amazed when they hear about it. Your dog can actually detect when you're having a nightmare or restless sleep and will deliberately wake you up to help you. Dogs are incredibly sensitive to changes in your breathing patterns, heart rate, and even the subtle movements that indicate distress during sleep. When they sense you're having a bad dream, many dogs will gently paw at you, lick your face, or make soft sounds to pull you out of the nightmare. This isn't coincidence, it's intentional rescue behavior. Some dogs even position themselves closer to your head during nights when you seem more stressed, as if they're on standby for nightmare duty. Pet behaviorists believe this comes from their natural instinct to protect pack members from any form of distress, even in psychological ones. Your dog is essentially your personal sleep guardian angel, monitoring your mental state and intervening when necessary. Now let's switch gears to some daytime behaviors that are just as fascinating. Have you ever wondered why your dog's leg goes absolutely crazy when you scratch their belly? The science behind this will make you laugh and amazed at the same time. Why dogs kick when you scratch their belly? That leg kick during belly rubs isn't voluntary. It's like hitting their emergency eject button. Your dog's nervous system thinks there's an irritant and automatically tries to scratch it away through what's called the scratch reflex. When you hit that sweet spot on their belly, you're activating nerves connected to their spinal cord that send automatic signals to their leg muscles to kick and twitch. It's an involuntary reaction designed to remove whatever is causing the sensation, even though they're actually enjoying the belly rub. This reflex is so strong that your dog can't control it. Their leg will kick whether they want it to or not. It's similar to when doctors tap your knee and your leg kicks automatically. The funny thing is, even though this reflex is meant to remove irritants, Most dogs love belly rubs and will keep asking for more, even while their legs are going crazy. But here's a behavior that might be breaking your heart without you realizing it. When your dog destroys things in your house, you probably think they're being bad. But the real reason will make you want to hug them immediately. Why dogs show destructive behavior. Destructive behavior isn't rebellion. It's a cry for help. Your dog is so anxious about being alone that they're literally chewing their stress away, similar to how humans might stress eat or bite their nails when overwhelmed. This behavior typically stems from separation, anxiety, boredom, or excess energy that has nowhere to go. When dogs tear up furniture, shoes, or household items, they're trying to cope with intense emotions they don't understand or know how to manage properly. The act of chewing releases endorphins that help calm their nervous system, making it a self-soothing behavior. Young puppies might also be destructive because they're teething and need to relieve the discomfort in their gums. High-energy dogs require mental and physical stimulation, and without proper outlets, they'll create their own entertainment through destruction. Understanding this behavior as a symptom rather than defiance helps address the root cause and provide better solutions for your anxious or bored companion. Now, have you ever laughed at your dog for chasing their own tail? Well, prepare to be amazed, because your dog is actually demonstrating pure genius-level problem-solving. Why dogs chase their own tail? Tail chasing isn't stupidity, it's pure genius. When bored or stressed, your dog creates their own entertainment system by turning that constantly moving tail into the ultimate interactive toy. This behavior is particularly common in puppies who have endless energy and see that wagging appendage as a fascinating moving target that's always just out of reach. It's like having a built-in video game that never runs out of batteries. Adult dogs might chase their tails when they're understimulated and need to burn off excess energy or mental frustration. Some dogs develop this into a compulsive behavior when they're chronically bored or anxious, turning it into a self-soothing repetitive action. The tail represents the perfect toy. It's always available, responds to their movements, and provides both physical exercise and mental stimulation. Your dog has essentially figured out how to entertain themselves with the most accessible toy in the world, their own body. Okay, brace yourself for this next one. We're about to talk about the behavior that makes every dog owner cringe. But when you learn the scientific reason behind it, you might actually respect your dog's instincts. Why dogs eat poop? Dogs eating poop isn't gross. It's actually hygienic and stems from their deep-rooted cleanliness instincts. Mother dogs taught them that waste removal keeps the living area clean and safe from predators and disease. Your dog is essentially trying to be the household janitor, maintaining sanitary conditions in their territory. This behavior, called coprophagia, serves multiple purposes in the dog world. When dogs eat the feces of other animals like horses or rabbits, they're actually obtaining valuable nutrients, enzymes, and partially digested proteins that can benefit their digestive system. It's like taking a multivitamin, but in the most disgusting way possible to humans. Some dogs also eat poop due to anxiety, boredom, or attention-seeking behavior, especially if they've been punished for accidents in the past. Dogs kept in isolation or stressful environments are more likely to develop this habit as a coping mechanism. Understanding that this behavior has logical roots in canine instincts helps address it more effectively. Now here's a behavior that every dog owner notices but completely misunderstands. When your dog howls at sirens, they think they're doing something heroic. Why dogs howl? When dogs howl at sirens, they think they're talking to fellow wolves and joining an emergency response team. Those siren sounds are on the same frequency as wolf howls, so your dog believes they're communicating with their ancient pack members. This behavior is deeply rooted in their DNA. Wolves howl to communicate across long distances, announce their presence, and coordinate pack activities. Your domestic dog still carries these instincts and can't resist joining what they perceive as a group howling session. They're essentially saying, "I hear you calling, and I'm here to help." Your dog thinks those ambulances and police cars are actually wolves calling for backup, and their howling response is them volunteering for duty. This ancient communication method is so ingrained in their genetics that even the most pampered house dog will suddenly transform into their wild ancestor when they hear those familiar frequencies echoing through the neighborhood. And finally, here's a behavior that might seem like simple grooming, but it's actually your dog's way of sending you a very important message about their health. Why dogs lick their paws. Paw licking is your dog's daily hygiene routine and their version of washing their hands after a long day of adventures. This self-grooming behavior is completely normal and shows that your dog cares about staying clean and maintaining good personal hygiene. However, excessive or sudden paw licking can indicate underlying problems that need attention. Your dog might have stepped on something sharp, walked on hot pavement, developed a blister, or gotten irritating substances between their toes. Food allergies often manifest as itchy paws, causing dogs to lick excessively to try to relieve the discomfort. Parasites, bacterial infections, or anxiety can also trigger compulsive paw-licking behaviors. If you notice your dog focusing intensely on one paw or licking far more than usual, it's their way of telling you something is wrong, and they need help addressing whatever is causing them discomfort. Think of excessive paw licking as your dog's way of pointing to a problem area and asking for medical attention. So the next time you see your dog doing any of these things, remember, they're not just pets. They're guardians, healers, therapists, dream partners, climate controllers, nightmare fighters, memory keepers, energy balancers, and emotional prophets all wrapped into one furry package. Every single behavior is their way of saying, "I love you," in a language deeper than words. Which of these behaviors does your dog do? Tell us in the comments. We read every single one. And if this opened your eyes to how incredible your dog really is, smash that like button and subscribe for more amazing pet insights. Your dog's love for you never stops. Not even while you sleep.